I am John Moffet, and I am a 1980 and 1984 Olympic swimmer, and I grew up here in Southern California. So today for Ready, Set, Gold, I'm going to be showing you some really easy snacks that you can make quickly during this whole period of COVID when we're all kind of stuck together. And they'll be nutritious and fast, and you will really enjoy them, I hope.
I'm John Naber. I swam at the 1976 Olympic Games, a little bit ahead of John Moffet, and also here for Ready, Set, Gold, also going to be sharing some quick and easy ideas to eat healthy. Our body is like a machine and it needs clean fuel, and the fresh stuff around the outside aisles of a supermarket are usually the best place to find the most nutritious and delicious food you can possibly eat. So we're going to share a variety of recipes with you today. John, why don't you start?
Great. I'm going to start out with something that's really easy. It's kind of a staple. It'll be hard-boiled eggs. So these are regular, just raw eggs right here. And I'm going to put 4 into this pot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some cool water in them. And you want to just cover the eggs and then put it on and boil it. Okay, and you can put it on medium. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wait for it to boil. And then once it boils, then we're going to time it. And we're going to just soak it. We'll turn off the boil and then we'll soak it. All right. John, go ahead.
All right. I remember going to a restaurant with my parents, and the menu said, this comes with soup or salad. And I said, soup or salad? You mean like a really big, strong salad? Of course, that wasn't what the menu said, but that's what I'm going to share with you today, is what I call a super salad. And what you do with any salad is you begin with the greens. And a lot of people use iceberg lettuce, but romaine lettuce is a lot deeper green. It's a lot healthier color. And so what I'd like to do is just cut off the base and then grab a couple of the leaves on the outside, just the big dark ones. To cut the lettuce, I turn it face down. Be very careful with a knife. You should probably have an adult to do this because knives can be sharp and they can hurt you if you're not careful. But what I like to do is I like to make sure that my lettuce is chopped up really small. And here's the tricky part. You got to make sure it's clean. And to do that, we use a salad spinner. This is a little basket inside. You throw the lettuce into the basket. And this is so much fun because the spinner's designed to knock the water off. What we do is we use the water to rinse off the salad, and we can pour out the water, keeping the salad in place. Now you're going to probably say, yeah, but that's still going to be a lot of wet salad. Well, that's what this salad spinner is designed to do. The basket inside spins around in circles, and it knocks all the water off the salad until it's nice and dry. Whoop. Yep, that worked just great. So now we're going to use a big salad bowl to put all of our ingredients. And we begin, of course, with the lettuce. The romaine lettuce works really good. Now, you want to add something crunchy to it. Now, these are little tiny sweet bell peppers. They don't taste like pepper from a salt and pepper shaker, but these are so small and they're easily cut into nice little pieces. They come apart so smooth, and then you can make them bright and colorful, and they fit right into the super salad bowl. They come in yellow, red, and orange. And so even the red ones. Now, they come with seeds inside. You can knock those off if you want. Or if you like the flavor of seeds, you can do that as well. But I like to make sure that the peppers are nice and clean, which we washed beforehand. And we want to be very, very careful as they go into the bowl. Now, what else would make for a good salad? Well, you know what? Cheese isn't very healthy per se, but it's very tasty. And I like to get just a little piece of cheese with every bite. And so what I like to do is I cut myself a slice of cheese that I can chop up into different sizes. And that can go in there as well. And you can have different kinds of cheese. That's a peppercorn, or excuse me, a pepper jack. And this is just regular old cheddar. It's the yellow cheese that most people are familiar with. As I'm pulling back the plastic cover. This is a great knife. It's very sharp, so be very, very careful with a sharp knife. But when you cut the pieces, you can then stack them on top of each other. And that goes in there as well. Look at this. It's just making a big old pile. We're going to toss it up later. To give it crunch, one of the best things to use is a celery stick. Celery is very fibrous, but you know what? You burn more calories chewing a celery stick than are in a celery stick. So a celery stick is one of the easiest things to use to fill yourself up while losing weight. Now I've cut off the top and the bottom, and it's really kind of fun just to go ahead and make lots of little tiny pieces. Now you don't want them so small that you can't see them. You also want to be able to taste them. And so I like to put them just enough in there to flavor and provide texture. Here's another thing we use. Carrots. Now you think all carrots are orange. They come in a variety of colors. And so what I like to do is color up the salad, make it super by getting a variety of carrots. Now, if it's skinny, you can go ahead and chop them into little discs. But if it's big, I like to cut the celery stick in half, and then I can chop them into smaller bits as well. Just that easy. Okay, what have we done? We put in celery, we put in carrots, we put in the lettuce, and I'm going to now put in a cucumber. This is a hothouse cucumber. It comes in plastic, which makes it really easy to keep clean. When I cut off the top, I take off the plastic using the knife, being very careful. And now you have a beautiful little cucumber in here without too much seeds in the middle. And I even like to take out the seeds. And so what I do is I do it that way. I carefully slice off the seedy part, just because not the seeds are unhealthy, but it's so moist that it makes the salad too wet. So once I cut off the seeds, I can then slice the cucumber and chop it up and put the ingredients back in the super salad. Look at that. That's just getting to be so colorful and so full. Now that's all the healthy greens. We can even add other things. You can add broccoli if you want. Broccoli is good, fresh. You don't even have to cook it. And if you cut it up into little pieces, it fits right in the super salad, and everybody can have a good time with that. Okay, so we put all of those little pieces in there. I should also note that you want to add a little texture as well. So if you want to add texture, you can take regular old crackers. It's no big deal. And instead of going out and making croutons, you can just take a handful of crackers and just crush them right on top of the salad. Very easy, very nice. If you like that feeling of crunch, you can even add peanuts. Peanuts are a healthy, protein-filled option. Don't have to cut them up or anything, just put them in. That makes it nice and tasty. And if you like a little bit of sweet, the stores are offering raisins or cranberries as well. Either of those, they're small, they're colorful. These are the cranberries, they're red, and the raisins are a little darker. They're also very sweet. They just drop them right in there. That's all you need to make a super salad. Of course, you need a dressing. Now, here's an interesting thing I should share with you. Dressings come in, for basic terms, oil and vinegar or a creamy like a ranch or a Thousand Islands. The creamy ones might look like they're a better deal, but it takes more of this dressing to cover that salad than it would of an oil and vinegar. The oil and vinegar covers much more easily, and so you put less calories in your bowl. So we're going to mix that up. I'm going to toss it with the tongs, and you're going to have a perfect super salad.
Okay, John made us the salad, and so now what we're going to do, the eggs are boiling. So what we do when the water is boiling is we just take it off the heat, and what we're going to do now is just put the eggs aside, and we're going to let them soak in the water for 14 minutes. Set timer for 14 minutes.
Your timer is set for 14 minutes.
Now, the next thing we're going to do is the avocado. We've all seen these. We all live in Southern California, right? Well, I grew up down here, but when I grew up down here, it was much more rural. In where I grew up, it was surrounded by orange groves and lemon groves, and there were these big avocado trees over the back wall of my neighbor's fence. And during a certain time of the season, there would be hundreds of avocados that would fall off of the tree. But we would go and we would find the perfect ripe avocado on the tree that was on the ground, and I would take a pocket knife with me, and I would simply cut it open. And avocados are very simple to cut open. Again, you have to be careful because the knife has to be fairly sharp to cut them open. But there's a pit in the middle, and you simply cut around that pit, and then you just pull them open, and then there's the pit, and then there is the avocado meat. Now, what's great about avocados is you have basically a built-in bowl. So we would be out there in the groves, and we would take some salt and pepper with us, and we'd sit down in the shade of the trees, and we would put a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper on the avocado, and then we'd bring a spoon, or if you forgot your spoon, you could use your pocket knife, but my mother didn't like that when I did that. And there you go. You got a perfect packaged bowl of nutritious avocado. It's high in protein. It's very good for you. It's filling, and it's easy. Another thing that you can do is that you can take the half an avocado, and like I said, there's a nice little bowl it already has. So take a knife. It's actually a little better if you don't use it that's too sharp, but don't punch through the skin. But the skin is nice and thick, and just make cross hatches in the meat of the avocado. And what we're going to do is then we will just scoop it out, and that will be a perfect addition to John's super salad. Just like this. And that will toss, and it will be delicious, and it will add nutrition to John's already nutritious salad.
Let's say you come home from school and you're hungry and it's not yet dinner time and you want a snack. Most easy, it's open up a bag of potato chips, or grab a burger on the way home from school. This is a better choice. Remember all the things we put into that super salad? They make wonderful little snacking tools. Remember the cucumber? You don't have to cut it up into chunks. You can cut it up into sticks. Same thing. Now you can have a healthy little cucumber that you can use instead of diving into something unhealthy. That's also true with the carrots. We can make ourselves carrot sticks that are a lot of fun to eat and make a little noise. We also have the celery that was so good. Celery makes an absolutely wonderful snacking stick. You can eat it straight, or you can dip it into something that's healthy. This here is hummus. Hummus is a vegetable dip. I may have to come back here and do more of that. Look at all the choices. Even if you want to go to cheese, you can do the cheese that we did for the super salad, or you can buy string cheese. These come in individual packages that are easily opened. And this, a single serving is probably the best way to do it so that you don't indulge too much. String cheese is an easy single serving package, and what I like about it is you can peel off just a little bit at a time. It's kind of a fun snack to eat. I like string cheese. Or, if you're smart, go ahead and carve up some fruit. This is a peach. Apples are fun. Apples are really good too, because if you have a melon baller, you can take out the seed part of an apple just so easy and fast. And now you have a delicious apple ready to cut and eat. I like to cut them into little tiny sticks. And these are also good for dipping. So whatever you feel like eating, it's easy to do it in small servings, healthy and fresh. And again, remember, be careful with the knife. Maybe it's better to have mom help out.
Okay, the eggs are basically done. Our timer has gone off for 14 minutes. Now what we're going to do is we will take the eggs, and what we want to do is get these eggs off of the hot water, and we will just rinse them in cold water and pour out the old hot water, because you want to cool off the eggs, because basically what you're doing is you're stopping them from cooking so that they don't get too hard. Now you can take the next step and put ice in it if you would like, but these are fine at room temperature. Eggs are also a great little thing like the avocado, in that they're covered in this protective covering. Okay, so it's another very versatile thing that you can do with just like the avocado. And what you can do is you can just crack the protective covering. It's great for putting in lunches or something because they're protected by the shell. But just kind of roll it around and get it all kind of broken up into little bits, and then you should be able to pull off the shell without too much trouble. This one's being a little bit of a stickler. There we go. But once you get a piece, you can pull off the entire shell. And what's great about eggs, just like it is with avocados, hard-boiled eggs, just like it is with avocados, is they're amazing with salt and pepper. Just salt and pepper on top. So, built-in bite-sized morsel, and a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. It's delicious, all in one snack, filled with protein and very good for you. What I like to do is I like to hard boil the eggs the night before, like maybe on a Sunday. You might want to take half a dozen eggs, hard boil them, and then what you have them is throughout the week, you can put them in the refrigerator after they're all hard boiled. Just put them in the refrigerator, and then you have 6 eggs to eat over the course of the next week. So they're ready to go for a snack when you get back from school, or when you just want to add something to your breakfast. Speaking of breakfast, I'm going to make what's called overnight oats. And overnight oats are great because they just go overnight in the refrigerator. There's no cooking involved, and it's a very simple recipe using the regular oats that you get in the store, milk. You can use almond milk, you can use oat milk, you can use whatever you want, but you do equal parts oats and equal part liquid milk. You can even use water in a pinch. It's just more rich if you add milk or almond milk or something like that. So I'm going to add a half cup of oats to a mason jar, spilling all over the place, which is mandatory. And then I'm going to add a half a cup of milk, and then put that in there like that. Now, there's a couple of other things that you don't have to add, but you can. I like to add just a little bit of yogurt. What yogurt does is it makes it just a little bit more tangy and just gives it just a little bit more flavor. So I'll just add like a dollop or so. And then one added thing, because it's very nutritious, is I like to add chia seeds. Now chia seeds, this package I have had for probably 6 months. And they're incredibly nutritious. And as you see on the package, it says it's filled with omega-3 fatty acids, which are really, really good for your cardiovascular health and for your brain health. So I am going to just take I like to take a teaspoon or so, or you can just do a little bit. You don't need very much. And as you will see, they're black, but they're tasteless, and they're also you don't crunch them or anything, and just add them in there like that. And then as the final thing, I like a little bit of sweetener. I don't add a lot, but I'll just add just a little bit of honey on top of that rather than refined sugar. Okay, and then we will, I'm looking for my, oh. And then what we do is you just mix it up and mix it up nicely and get it all mixed together. And then you can do this in a bowl, you can do it in a mason jar like I'm doing, or you can do it in a big batch, in a bigger bowl. And then you just throw this in the fridge overnight and it's delicious and it will turn out looking like this. Now there's a lot of things that you can add on top of it. I like adding, you can add nuts, you can crunch them on top if you would like. These are a little bit of pecans, but you can add almonds, you can add peanuts, whatever your favorite nuts are. You can add that. My daughter really, really loves almond milk or almond butter. So she likes to add a little bit of almond butter to her overnight oats. And you don't need tons because the almond butter is very, very strong and it will add like a nice little savory to the sweetness, the natural sweetness of the oats. And then you can add things like strawberries. So you can slice up this little strawberry. These happen to be strawberries that I picked this morning from our garden. I love having a garden. It's been especially great during the pandemic when we're stuck at home growing our own produce, but you can add strawberries or you can add apples, and there's all kinds of different things, and then you can just enjoy it. And it is really delicious. It's very good for you. It's filled with protein, and it is just an incredibly well-balanced way that you can start your morning.
All right, time for dessert. Now everybody goes to the freezer for the ice cream or, a big piece of pie. But if you want to be healthy at the end of a meal and you still crave something sweet, fruit is always the best choice. And of course we have a variety of choices. Blackberries are very, very sweet. They stain horribly, but that's okay. Strawberries are also delicious. If you're lucky enough to have a strawberry in your garden, great, use those. If you are feeding a lot of people, you need to go to the store and buy them. What I did is I put them here in the basket. You remember the basket? This was the salad spinner basket. You can rinse them off, and then we can spin them again, and that'll dry them. And so now you have yourself some nice, clean, and delicious berries. You can also use fruit like a peach or an apple. Now I'm taking these berries out and putting them on the cutting board because I want you to see what's inside a strawberry. If we take the top off, inside there's a root. And this root here is a little bitter. And so if you don't want that bitter flavor, you can take out the root. And now you have a great, delicious strawberry. And if you want to keep it in the refrigerator, all you have to do is pat it dry and put it on top of a paper towel face down. And that'll keep in the refrigerator for a long period so you can have them whenever you want. So now we've got all sorts of choices. Delicious fruit includes a wonderful peach. Look at that fabulous color. You got the berries of your choice. Apple can work just as well. And when you eat these, not only are you getting wonderful flavor, you're also getting wonderful nutrition. It's not empty calories. They're much better for you. All of this reminds us that our body is a machine and we want to put clean fuel in the machine so it works better over time. Okay, now that you understand a little bit more about dessert, it's time to close up the show. John, shall we toss the salad?
Yeah, here you go.
Here, I'll let you do the tossing while I put the oil and vinegar, the combination, that's such a great one. And these bottles do come with a little disposer, so you don't have to overfill the salad. You just put just enough. And go ahead and toss those.
Now this is obviously a super salad. There's so many ingredients in this, which of course makes it even more delicious. But, there's such a thing as time and we understand that it takes a lot of time to make a salad with this many ingredients. So just a few of these ingredients will still make an amazing salad and just encompassing all the different things that we've used today in one salad to finish up.
We do want to thank the Foundation for Global Sports Development for helping support our program today. And we're very, very thankful for their generosity. And now we get to taste this wonderful little snack.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Foundation for Global Sports Development. Here's to you.
Happy eating, stay healthy.
Ready, set, go.
Ready, Set, Gold 2020 Fall Series is brought to you with support from the Foundation for Global Sports Development and Sidewinder Films.